inhabitants. For the thousands of tourists who visit the borough every year, used to the trials of overcrowded cities, the extraordinary peace and quiet that you breathe in the air here is undoubtedly one of the main attractions. We are at the very heart of Fuerteventura, practically in the center of the island, in the middle of everything. From Coralejo in the north to Morrojable in the south. All roads converge here on Antigua. Antigua and its people is a borough that is used to contrasts. It can be suffocatingly hot or intensely cold. Things change from the quiet and traditional flavor of the inland villages to the bustling atmosphere of the tourist resorts on the coast. From defending our deepest rooted customs and traditions to promoting new ideas like the aloe fields, symbol of our new ecological agriculture, and the new trickle irrigation systems. From the yellow of the land and the plains, where you have an uninterrupted view for miles around, to landscapes of the brightest and deepest green. As we approach the lively and bustling airport of Puerto del Rosario, we come into the borough of Antigua, where we can start to breathe and discover the light of its immense solitude, so that we can get to know its people too. Tough, hardened people, used to relying only on themselves, but friendly, hospitable, and sincere people too. Antigua dates back to before 1485. As its name suggests, it was one of the first settlements established during the conquest of Fuerteventura. Ever since it was first founded, families from Andalusia and Normandy started to gather round and make their homes around the original chapel of the Virgin of Antigua, now enlarged into this Franciscan church. Every year in Antigua, on the 8th of September, there are festivities held in honor of Our Lady of Antigua. This is the fiesta of the year. Hundreds of devout believers come from all over Antigua, and indeed from all over Fuerteventura. Houses are decorated, and the whole town joins in. This is the big day. Church doors will be open, and the Virgin will be brought out in procession. And of course, it wouldn't be a fiesta without Canary Island wrestling, or without cutting up a cheese and sharing it out among anyone who wants a piece. And in the evening, music and dancing. The fiesta for their patron saint undoubtedly combines all the cultural values and characteristics that the people of this town most appreciate. In 1812, Antigua was declared an independent borough, and for a short time it proudly became the capital of the island. Now, in the 21st century, Puerto del Rosario is the capital. But Antigua has conserved the flavor of what it was, and it is just as proud now to have become the undisputed craft capital of Fuerteventura. You will find more craftsmen per square kilometre here than anywhere else on the island. The most genuine representatives of the roots and crafts of Fuerteventura and of the Canary Islands in general get together here each year in the first week of May. They have been doing this for over 10 years now. Craftsmen of Antigua have a reputation that goes far beyond the islands. All the popular wisdom and centuries of know-how flow miraculously from their expert hands. The Antigua Carnival has a particularly family atmosphere. This is a popular fiesta if ever there was one. Everyone feels like the king or the queen of the carnival. It is an explosion of happiness and colour, where they never stop singing and dancing, the maximum expression of the freedom of the people. Caleta de Fuste was not the first town to discover sun, sea and sand tourism, but it may well be the first to opt for quality, environmentally friendly tourism that can also generate other activities. There is still a lot to be done, of course, but very soon we will be able to enjoy a first-class golf course next to those bungalows, designed in the style of the best international links courses in a wonderful setting next to the sea. And everything started here, by the San Buenaventura Castle. Its sword and gunpowder-scarred walls continue to remind us of ancient battles and pirate raids. This castle has become a silent witness to the development of the tourist industry in Caleta de Fuste. Those same Normans, Dutchmen and Englishmen who wanted to conquer us in the past now come here because they in turn have been conquered by our beaches and our sunshine. And here is another piece of our history, La Guira Trail, a path that has been rebuilt for the enjoyment of walkers and historians. It starts at the San Buenaventura Castle and then moves through the bunkers of the beaches until it reaches the old lime ovens in Pozo de Santa Inés, before finishing at the El Carmen salt flats, the final torchbearer of Antigua's age of glory. The wind is an integral part of life and work in Antigua. The land is worked thanks to the windmills. The farmers work hard to grow their wheat, barley, corn, lentils, chickpeas, potatoes and tomatoes. The fishermen in Pozo Negro Creek, Fuerteventura's leading natural port, mend their nets to make their catch of parrotfish and mackerel, or sea bream and tuna. Land of fishermen, farmers and herdsmen, land of dry stone walls, goats and mills. In Antigua, everyone is a son of the wind. Let me tell you about the herdsmen too, the undisputed inventors and makers of Fuerteventura or Majorero cheese. Who hasn't heard of Antigua's cheese? Take a little rennet, milk, pair of expert hands, salt and pepper. They still make it exactly the same way as they did in the past. The quality of Majorero cheese is closely related to the breed of goats, the peculiar Fuerteventura coastal goat. Everyone considers the goat as a sacred animal, so they are left to roam and graze freely, without anyone bothering them for most of the year. And it is these heirs of freedom that makes their meat and their milk so popular. And thanks to this freedom, the herdsmen too have maintained an ancestral tradition that is repeated year after year. The apañada. In the apañada, the kids are separated from the adult goats for a moment. They are then freed, allowing each kid to find its mother. And this is how the herdsmen learn how to identify and mark their own animals. The foundation of the Fuerteventura economy has always been closely linked to farming and to conserving the wealth of their herds of goats. That is why no one misses the annual farming, livestock and fisheries fair. This is a modern and efficient fair that promotes new livestock and farming technologies, and Antigua has the honor of hosting this great island event. Once again, Antigua becomes the center of attention, attracting the largest numbers and the best examples of the island's agriculture and livestock wealth.